We're good actors. I can't stand any of them. I don't even know why they pair me with Kevin.
You're starring in the show. You're also an executive producer on this show. What is it that made you want to tell his story?
A lot of people don't know this. Me and Chadwick were supposed to do Uptown Saturday Night.
Yeah.
Chadwick, after passing away, of course, I was like, there's no way that I can go and still embark on that project. There's a bittersweet because I was so excited to be able to work with them, and now, I don't want to do it the same. The story of Fight Night, Will Packer then came and told me about, and I said, it's the true story of what Uptown Saturday Night is. He said, yeah. I said, I would only do it and look to be a part of development if we can make it the real story. I don't want to do a comedy because me and Chadwick's was going to go in a comedic direction. And that's how the development of the serious side of this followed what the podcast was. So for the producing side, it was more about trusting my partners that were already at the table to help develop this in the space of serious. And once we got on that line, the rest is kind of history as to how we got the rest of the cast and why everybody stepped up to the plate in the manner that they did. And I think that's what made it exciting to the talent like Taraji, Sam, Don, Terrence, etc. It was about it being real.
So from the music to the fashion in this show, it was so incredible to watch. How was it for you to really just step back into the 70s for this?
It was fun. I feel like every day we got a chance to play. And I think just as actors, we want to put on different coats every day. We want to play different characters. And when you get to just transport, you know that you're playing a different character, and then you have more license to kind of do so many different things in your character without having to worry about, are people going to perceive this as me? Right, because it's also the world behind you happening in the 70s and everything, but then also you're living in that era as this character, so you know that it's just something you're putting up and you can walk away and watch and go, okay, cool.
Chloe, how was it for you putting on that costume, that wardrobe?
I absolutely loved it. When I act, I don't want people to see, oh, that's Chloe Bailey acting. Like, that's cool. Like, I really want to be immersed into the world and into the role and to the character. And I wouldn't have been able to do that, without hair and makeup and, the clothes. It definitely, they all tied in together so beautifully. So it was really nice getting lost in Lena.
Yeah, and you both did such a great job at that, so that was really great to watch.
Those wigs help.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wigs help.
It's my favorite era, to be quite honest. It's the era I was born in. I mean, the 70s was a very special time in history. A lot was going on. Black movement, Black power. We were coming into understanding who we were as a people. The music was good. The fashion. I mean, the 70s was just something special. It's not my first time dipping into the 70s, but every time I get a project where it's in the 70s, I'm hyped. Like, that's my favorite era. I always often wish I was an adult in the 70s instead of a kid.
What was it about this story in particular, because it's based on a true story, that hooked you when you heard about it?
What hooked me is, like, how you just think you're doing an innocent robbery and it's actually like all of the biggest gangsters in Atlanta. So it's like that moment when you realize, wow, I really did the dumbest thing that I could have done for my life.
Yeah.
So,
You know what's funny is, like, that's Atlanta though.
Yeah.
Like, there's always different chambers of situations, no matter the era in Atlanta. I remember someone saying, so she said innocent robbery, and I remember someone telling me, like, in Atlanta, they're like, it wasn't nothing but a robbery. What happened? It wasn't nothing but a little robbery, then we went to the mall. I'm like, Okay. Okay.
That's absolutely insane. When you hear this story, it does sound like it should be a show or a movie with the Muhammad Ali stuff tied into it as well, and really encompassing Atlanta.
To your point, that was something that was really intriguing to me as well. I'm a huge fan of Muhammad Ali, and I think this is a fight that people haven't talked about enough, which is that transitional fight back into his resurgence to his greatness from, when things were taken away from him, that tune-up, but where he was at in his life. So I was really intrigued by that, not just the true crime element, but the true human element of what Ali was overcoming to become the different and new and greater version of Ali during that time as well.
How was it working alongside all of these huge names in a cast like this? You can see that you guys are all tight-knit while shooting.
We're good actors. I can't stand any of them. I don't even know why they pair me with Kevin, but no, it was incredible. It was fun. It didn't feel like work. I mean, we know each other. I mean, we've all worked together. I never worked with Sam. I was very excited about, working with Sam. I knew I would work with him one day. And literally, that's all it took for me to say yes to this project. Kevin was like, I got something. Me, you, and Sam. I said, say less. I didn't know. He could have had me Dancing with Elephants. I don't know. I didn't care. I just wanted to be a part of the A-list. And I got the script and I read it and I was like, is this real? And they were like, yeah, there's a podcast. And I listened to the podcast and I was like, damn, this is interesting. Because I had my son in 1994 and his godparents relocated from DC down to Atlanta for hopes of entrepreneurship. They quit their day jobs and they were making money, like doing really well, a lot of black people. And when I was down there, I didn't realize that this big migration to Atlanta was stemming from 1970. I didn't know about that until I signed on to this project and we started doing the research. And I was like, oh my God. And that Chicken Man changed the course of the economic boom in Atlanta.
Absolutely. And,
To this day. And it's still affected to this day.
Wow.
It's a story that all Atlanteans are privy to, and I think it's exciting to see Atlanta be highlighted. It's well deserved.
And you know what's crazy? It's like one of the biggest heists in America history.
That
And we're
is
just learning
insane.
about it.
Everybody, their light just shines so bright. And I also think, for me personally, being able to witness, no matter how big Taraji or Samuel or Kevin or Don, Terrence, all of them were still so humble and they were still students of their craft, like doing scenes with Taraji and seeing her asking the director questions about what they would prefer. It was really being like a collaborative effort. And of course, without witnessing that, they don't need to listen to anybody. Like, they have stats on their resume, they are so incredible, but to see firsthand how grounded and down to earth each of them are, it really shows that the most successful people are there because of their heart and their love. So that was pretty cool to witness firsthand.
That was just a beautiful answer. It encompassed everything that I was going to say. It was just the opportunity to watch them and see how they all brought such humility to each and every day, to working with each other, but also to working with us, right? Because they're at a level where they may be familiar with some of the things that we do, but they don't have to be. They were so open, so ingratiating, so giving, so supportive and collaborative, and I think that was the thing that I took away when we say those marquee names. They were marquee collaborators, and they were just even better humans that gave so much to us and supported us through the journey, where now our aspirations are inspired to grow even higher because we got to work with people that showed us an even greater way to do it.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.